Our next conversation is about climate change, and Desiree has the question.
Denver is part of a bustling metro. Should there be a unified climate vision for the entire Front Range? And how, as mayor, could you lead that effort? Mike can go first.
Thanks. Well, we live in a city that many people have choose to move to or choose to stay in because of its proximity to the natural environment. That is part of Denver's essential brand. We also live in a city right now that tragically is one of the 6 or 7 worst in the country in terms of air quality. So that means on a given day you might want to take your mom or your daughter out for a hike this summer. You're not sure you'll be able to do that without putting some of their health at risk. We can't afford to keep that as the future for Denver. That's why I think it takes aggressive action to be able to move us towards a greener climate. Yes, I would partner with the region to be able to do it, but I also don't want to wait for the rest of the region. One of the opportunities Denver has is we don't have to wait for the federal government to act or wait for the state government to act. We can move aggressively to move off of fossil fuels, move to electrify our residential and commercial buildings, and use wind and solar to be able to power our resources around the city. So we are both building our economy and making it greener. And we can do that with a real eye on equity, on making sure we're getting resources to those communities that need it the most.
Thank you. Kelly?
Yes, yes, and yes, I'm going to say to this question. Listen, we can do all the things Mike just said and make huge advancements as Denver. But the concern is we can't make the impact we need to make by going it alone. And so I really would focus on how do we bring the region, even the state, with us in a commitment to make these goals that we have laid out. And here's the good news. We have serious resources available to us. And I think when we start to bring more partners into the work, I think we're going to increase the likelihood we could bring those resources home through the Inflation Reduction Act, the Infrastructure Jobs Act. This is an opportunity for us to look throughout our region and make sure we're investing in those communities who've been the most negatively impacted in our history. Making a commitment, we've made a commitment of 50% of our funds going directly into those communities. And I would work with people throughout our region to ask they make the same commitment and do exactly the same work with us so we can have the kind of impact we have to have as we make this transition.